Oh my gosh, if anyone can hear me, please someone help me figure out how to record. This,
I'm in the same boat as you.
this I'm literally doing a CAPTCHA to try to install this software and I'm screwing up. I suck at tapping all the photos that contain a strawberry. I apparently don't know what a strawberry looks like. Getting it wrong each time. Oh jeez. Okay, hold on.
What did the other thing like strawberries and raspberry?
Yeah, I'm also colorblind, so like
Ah,
it all looks the same to me.
thank you, Discord. Basically calling everyone who's colorblind the bot.
Yeah, what the heck? Um, okay, login. Is it working? Oh my gosh, now I have to pick each image containing a butterfly.
Oh boy.
Okay.
Everyone doing good? Everyone doing good? Yeah, I see y'all.
We got 20 people. We haven't even pinged anyone yet. I feel like this is one of the record, like when we don't ping. I feel like normally we get about 10. Oh, Spoops.
Okay, I made a new Discord. Okay, okay. What the heck? No, I don't want to create a server. Join a server. What? Can I just type in Clash Mini?
Yeah,
No
we have the
problem.
penalty.
Well, this is going swimmingly.
That didn't work.
It's already 2 or 10. You know, I'm getting really good at converting my time to Shanghai now because of how much planning we do. It's like my second time zone.
Okay, another update. Only me in the office. Both Donghang and Fan will be remote, so they'll be on separate accounts from home.
Does Donghang have an account here?
Fun fact, he does, and we will find out who he is
Oh,
soon, I guess.
those Santa animation. People who are watching
Okay,
on
I
Santa's
think we're in
channel,
business.
they won't have Donghang, I'm sure.
You must verify your account before you send messages in the server. Okay, can I still join the
Oh, wait, what's your account? I can bypass that
thing?
for you. Let me correct way. Is that your account?
Wait, yes. More of Brennan. Yeah.
Perfect. I will bypass it.
Right.
There you go.
Oh, I'm also locally recording my audio now, so just FYI. And I'm gonna clap to get to sync the video and audio, so the editor doesn't have a headache.
There it is. What's that say? You must what?
Is it doing it again?
Well, let me try that again. You must verify your account before you can speak in the
How about
server.
now?
I don't want to speak. Wait, wait, wait.
Did that fix it?
Oh, I think so.
Nice. Okay.
Well, let me join this bad boy.
There we go. Yes.
Hello?
That's
That's a lot of echo.
Oh my god.
Ah!
Whoa.
Okay. All right, I fixed it. We're in business, boys.
Let's go.
All right. And I am going to message you the username Draco. I'll message you the username of Donghang. He is joining also remotely, so that's one of our speakers. And Fan is going to be joining in 1 minute from now. So I think we are all here then.
Perfect. Finally. Oh.
Right.
I am locally recording everything now from my side, the audio track and the video. So at least that's going to be one of the parts.
Perfect.
Amazing.
I'm just gonna hope everything goes swimmingly on my side. Even though I know it's not.
All right, so Donghang is here. Um,
Just waiting on fan. Did I give Don
Wait,
the
is that
role,
is
or should I leave?
toxic? Donghong?
yeah, yeah, he's toxic.
Did I give him the superstar role? Or should I leave it?
Okay.
Yeah, you can give him subset role. He'll change his name later.
Oh, he moved up as well. The OP undercover name is what that dude said.
Is there a chat?
Yeah, the general and mini chat, but we're gonna lock it to I want to. Being on fan now. Hopefully, my Rico Levine will lock the chats for me.
Donghang, can you hear us? And can you do a mic test just briefly before we begin?
Yes, I can. Can you guys hear me?
Awesome.
Let's go, I can
Yep,
hear you.
very good. Awesome. Hopefully my mic is sounding all right.
I mean, I can hear you fine.
Okay. Good enough.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
No, I haven't pinged on purpose because fan's not here.
Yeah, we are gonna start the stage immediately the moment fan enters. So that's the only thing that we're waiting for.
Yeah.
Man, the gang's almost all here.
Yay!
We're gonna need icy time to cook up Donghanger, bro.
Yeah. $31 in the audience.
And
Yeah, we're going- Yeah.
Oh, fan's
No
online.
worries.
Fan's online.
There we go. Fan is entering the room.
I'm so ready for this.
Vinny's here.
Ooh.
There's 32 people. I don't remember. Please. How many are there gonna be when we actually think? We have what, 200 people? And 40.
Ooh,
All right,
I guess
cool.
it's cool.
I'm recording my audio again from this moment on, so we can have some less of a guessing time.
Goob just DM'd me telling me say hi to everyone on his behalf.
Hey, Spoop.
Hi, Goob.
What's good, Spoob? Where's Spoob?
He's in the
profile
audience.
pic.
Yeah.
Boob, I
Yeah,
need to milk you
it's
for
his
some more
profile pic.
content. Our videos are popping off.
Yeah,
I love the
You guys
collab.
need to do more collab
love them.
videos. Yeah.
Oh, fans of the audience.
There we go. Alrighty. We're gonna do
Yeah,
the
so
clap
all these
again.
people ain't
Second
being-
one.
All these people aren't pinged. They just joined just
Yeah.
because they like that. They
Yeah,
feel
or-
different.
It's the hype is real.
First stage
Sir,
channel.
I see all y'all. Oh yeah.
Fan, I sent the invite. It should be at the top of it or something. Somewhere there.
Yeah, fan accept the speaker invite, and we are good to go.
Hawk or Kaveen or Myrus, if you guys can lock general and off top.
Fan raised his hand. What? What's
Nah, I
happening?
sent him an invite. That's why.
Oh, okay.
Unknown. Oh, in the meantime, how's grinding been for winning Clash Mini? How's it been?
How's grinding?
Yeah, grinding. Getting
Ooh,
the
every bathroom break. That's what I'm doing.
Funny enough, I'm only at 1100 trophies right now.
That's more than
So
me.
I have ways to go.
That's more than me. I'm at 999.
And I think I'm like right below you, Frame. We might be seeing each other in some matches pretty soon.
Nice. Okay. Should we begin and then we'll get Fan to join as soon as possible because we're 10 minutes over. So
Yeah.
I think we can begin.
Yeah. Okay. I'll stop. And there we go.
We live, just like that.
There we go.
Wow.
Wonderful.
Wow. So Donghang is here. We're Fan is right here as well. We can get him to get to the speaker.
Right.
Yeah. And
Fan has raised his hand.
Yeah. That's the invite.
yeah. We took him. We gave him an invite. He just needs to accept it, and that's it. So
And what
well,
guess he just doesn't want to accept it.
maybe just
Straight up
he's
laugh.
just like trolling. But yeah. Hi everyone. Welcome to the State Channel after Update 5. It's been already a first balance change since the update, so that's good. How are you all doing? How are you guys doing with trophies? I'm at 1100. Donghang, how about you?
Around 30,000. Right, 3,000. 3,000.
3,000. Wow.
3,000
Ooh.
trophies. All
Dang.
right. Okay.
No,
Wow.
What's the username?
Wow.
Oh,
Okay. Well, we're not going to.
I have
I
two
think we
wishes.
should not. Yeah, we should probably not disclose Donghang's username so you guys can keep guessing. But yeah, that's really impressive. I'm actually really surprised. Draco, how about you?
I'm at 999. What?
Wow,
Ooh.
the lowest so far.
They're trolling you. They're trolling you with that one trophy off. They're trolling you.
They are. They are. Crazy.
Yoshi, what about you?
I'm at 2,861. On the
Damn,
dot.
Donghang is leading.
Dang.
Ooh.
Dang. Don't
That's
hang
why I
real.
tried to
Player
find
has
out.
entered the league.
That's exactly what I was trying to find out who he was. I wanted that username. I wanted it.
Amazing. Moist.
Oh, I'm right around 1100 trophies. Pushing a legendary.
Nice. Okay. Well, then we'll meet each other pretty soon. So that's good to know. Well,
Yeah.
here we are. Gishi representing the kind of like the, well, I guess he has some ways to go with trophies compared to Donghang, I guess, since now we found out that Donghang is better than him. But, you know,
No, it's a
anyway,
long season. It's a long season.
Ooh.
Come on.
Okay.
It's a long season.
Rumble right now. I'm just kidding.
So we have Gishi, obviously, joining us here for the State Channel, and then we have Moist, who's been on a roll with some awesome YouTube videos with collaborations with Spoob and everybody else. So, hi everyone, and welcome to the very first State
Hey,
Channel after
thank
Update
you.
5.
I mean, since it's Moist's first time on a state channel, let me
Yeah.
do an intro. Tell us who you
Yeah.
are. For those who don't know, for whatever reason, somehow, despite Frame throwing your channel everywhere.
I appreciate that. What's up, everybody? If you don't know me, my name's Moist Potato. I know I'm not proud of that name either, but I have a YouTube channel and I make Clash Mini content, and I also host a Pod Clash. It is a podcast talking about all things Clash Mini. I host it with my friend Your Phased, and so yeah, if you like a kind of variety of Clash Mini stuff, then I'm your guy.
I love the podcast. It's my favorite thing to tune into.
Ah, you're my favorite. Thank you.
Thank you. Oh, I see Tamtam's here.
Oh, nice.
Ooh, you like this beautiful profile picture you're seeing right now? That is all thanks to Tam Tam.
Nice. Yeah, she's awesome with profile pictures. She actually did like a small kind of giveaway of like drawing profile pictures for people on Twitter. And there were so many people that were asking for it, and she just randomly picked people and draw some of them. But yeah, thank you so much, Tam Tam, for all the awesome art so far. But yeah, so I think like State Channel is mostly about like questions from the community, questions from the creators, questions from pretty much everybody that plays the game. So how about we begin with the questions right away? I don't know how you guys want to structure this, but me and Donghan are pretty much open to anything. So you guys go ahead.
I guess I can start with the mini questions. One question I saw in mini question, I feel it's interesting. How do you guys do the balances? You look at what's OP and that out, or do you just want to change the meta? But what's the thought process that goes behind balance?
Well, that's a Donghan question.
Yep.
Yes, we mainly depends on two factors. One is from the data. We will see the data about each hero and the minis, about their win rate and the pick rate in different trophies. This is the first thing. And other things we will think about the community feedback and also the player experience. So combine these tools, we will make a draft and make a balance chance for the mini and the hero, and then have a text. After the QA team have a lot of text, we finally will release our chance. This is what balance chance work.
Yeah.
Also, a lot of talking with the team. I don't think a single day passes by within the game team room where we kind of just talk about the general balance and how do we play the game. And also like just having certain channels and places where the creators can talk to us about it. Discord can voice their opinions, and just like watching the social media as well, creator videos. That all kind of factors in. So it's not really just one source of truth, and it's always a combination. Yeah.
Yes. We already will spend around 2 weeks to finish a balance chance at least.
Yep.
Yeah. Because it's very hard to say about the balance chance. Because as you guys know, the environment of these games change a lot, change really quickly. A few days ago, you will figure out some hero is dominating, but after days, and this hero is suck. So we should spend a lot of time, enough time to see about whether this game with this hero or this mini are overwhelming or underwhelming enough, and then we will take make a decision. So we should spend enough time to figure out which hero is real overwhelming or underwhelming. This is what we do.
That makes a lot of sense. It feels weird to just be like, okay, I just want to randomly shuffle the meta to make something. It's nice that you look at player feedback, to the QA, you talk to the team every day. I think it shows. I can see some stuff may actually get addressed.
Well, Donghan, do you wanna give a little sneak peek for the upcoming balance changes? At least the hero that everybody keeps complaining about right now.
Yes, do it. Yes.
Yeah. Currently, I would like to say it's the most balanced season right now. If we see the data from the player who who above the 1,000 scores is pretty balanced. All the hero can play and has a good win rate and a pick rate. But indeed, I agree that some hero is overwhelming, a little bit overwhelming in a high tier player. I mean, the player who above 2,000 trophy, Monk is a little bit overwhelming, but not too much. Still, Monk is not the highest win rate hero. Maybe you guys can guess which hero has the first win rate above the 2,000 trophies and also 1,000 trophy. This is a good question. So I will still spend some time to see this hero and the mini to decide which hero and the mini we should make a chance. But right now it's very hard to say. As you might know, the environment changed really quickly. So 3 days ago and 3 days later is quite different. So I should spend more time to see which hero and the mini should be changed or rework. That's all. Or you guys can have can answer a question about which hero has the highest win rate right now.
My guess would be RC. I'm a little biased, but that's what my guess is.
You know,
I see.
I'm thinking Monk. That's the thing I was saying.
I would say, yeah, right. That's Monk, but my biasness is saying RC because I'm. That's just how I see it.
I'm gonna go with Monk as well.
Monk as well. Okay. Yeah, but Monk, the player play the Monk, especially for the player over 2,000 trophy. Monk has the highest pick rate, but not the highest win rate. The highest win rate here is Waymaster. Even though Waymaster, the pick rate is not really high, but Waymaster is really stable. And maybe the player who play the Waymaster have strong skills that make the Waymaster can have such kind of a high rate. But in my mind, I also play a lot of I also played Monk and Waymaster. Yeah, I to be honest, I don't play Monk because it's unstable. For me, it's really unstable. When you play the Monk, you will feel lots of pressure, especially you will face the magic mirror lots of time. You will feel very terrible. And also the Monk is not really good in the later rounds. I agree, Monk is really powerful in the first beginning, especially for the first round. But in the late rounds, it's not as good as you imagine. So in my mind, I think Monk probably will make some change for the Monk, especially for the first skill of Monk. To knock out some heroes immediately. I think we will make some change for this setting and make it more reasonable. I know some player, especially the Barbarian Kings and also Royal Champion player, will feel very suck because it will be in to face Monk, the skill of these two heroes doesn't make sense. I think the next time we will make a change for these settings, and probably Monk can still has his power, but these two heroes will not lose his power, lose his skill also. This is what I'm thinking for the Monk right now.
Yeah, the BK and RC probably shouldn't just be like eliminated by triggering their own abilities, which are kind of like staple abilities.
A story that I make a mistake for this. Yes, this is a mistake for me. To be honest, at the first versions, Barbarian King can not only immune the damage and also immune the control. So the Barbarian King is so dominating. Then I have to let the monk to make this balance to knock out him immediately. But after lots of rounds, we have lots of attacks, and we figure out Barbarian King is too powerful at that time because he can trigger his abilities in lots of scenario. Unlike RC, RC is not easy to trigger, but Barbarian King is can trigger 100%. Yeah. We don't talk about bug. Yeah. So we think Barbarian King is dominating, so we use the monk to counter him. But right now, Barbarians have already removed the image to control. So this is fine to give back his power. And I think it totally makes sense. Also, some players have already figured out that monk stuns has disappeared. Yeah, there may be a bug as well. So imagine that monk can have a stun for 4 seconds, and also have super high damage to deal this damage and stun to the barbarian. And the barbarian, even though they can trigger his immune to damage, but still cannot immune the control. At that time, they will trigger the invulnerables and also be stunned for around 4 minutes, 4 seconds. In this scenario, I would like to say that these two skills have equals because can counter each other in my mind. So I think in this way, we will make this hero two skills more reasonable. That's what my thoughts right now, but I don't know whether I will change in a few days later because as I say, the environment and also the player change too quickly. So it's hard to say right now, but currently source is just what I say.
Thank you. So next question, which is from Abu Alsop. What was the idea behind splitting the hero level up priority?
This is a really good question. That's whether why we should have a 3 shots for the hero level. To be honest, we don't want to make these games complicated, but what we make this have our reasons. The reason is not making the money. It's not make the money. It's not concentrate the player's level. But in this, we want to protect the new player. To be honest, in 3 shots, we can give players in our plans to make sure a player can have a full level heal. But if we can only give a 1 shot, we don't know the player how to use the shots. And the shots could be sprayed or split in different heals. And in the end, after 1 month, you have no level 15 heal, which will be not a good experience for a new player. So we have to use this way to protect a new player, and to trade off, make this game a little bit complicated. But I think the user experience is simple. So we decided to make this. So in this scenario, we can control the player's level and make the new player to reach the heal, to reach the full level heal, really smoothly and quickly. So this is the main reasons behind this.
Yeah, I mean, one of the things was also that you guys are probably the outliers in terms of like the balance of the crown shards, and we are also. Like it's not like the game team is not aware that we're having like piles of common shards collecting dust right now, and so like, but the difference between us and the new players is very different, and so the journey of them kind of getting the Barbarian King at the beginning and then upgrading the new, getting the new heroes and getting more heroes and then upgrading those is much more smoother. And I feel like that journey is going to last for a while until they get to a point where they have level 10 plus heroes on all fronts. So yeah, do keep in mind that as we are discussing the resources in economy, a lot of these things are kind of like targeted at the new players. And we are seeing a pretty positive results on that front. And people are very clear in terms of like what kind of resources they need in order to get their favorite hero to a certain place. And to be honest, yeah, for a new player, you definitely need a bunch more crown shards, the common ones, to kind of like get that level 5 and then kind of commit with the rare shards beyond that and kind of play your favorite hero then. So yeah, it's something that kind of should, still needs some optimization, but yeah, pretty well aware of it.
The next question. Okay, this one. Here we go. From Shurimake, and his question is: how frequently do you plan releasing new gizmos?
Yes, it depends on workload. To be honest, in the perfect scenarios, we will release new gizmos every season. Yeah, but in this time, we have already released about 10 gizmo. And probably we will release a new gizmo in the next season, but not too much. But we will also focus on the new hero and the new minis releasing. So in the future, the new season, the new hero, also the new mini and the new gizmo will be the basis unit to release, basis content. So we will also to improve our workloads to make our players have a new thing to play every season.
Yeah, and also like I feel like us releasing 10 gizmos in one update is also very beneficial because like there's plenty of gameplay to try out and play around with. And that's cool. I think that can last for another update or so, and then we can get into the rhythm of like getting more of them into the gameplay. So yeah, I'm also, to be honest, a huge credit to the team of actually being able to pull off 10 of them in one update. Just like being able to have so much gameplay, so much gameplay diversity is really, really cool to see. But yeah, Fan just joined us and he's a speaker now. He's muted, but Fan, would you like to add something on top of the gizmo conversation that we're having? If you have something to add. Uh-oh.
Sorry, can you hear me?
Hey, there you are.
Yes.
Yeah. I have some COVID situation, and I'm back home, and there's someone decorating upstairs, so it might be some noise. But please forgive me. So what was the question again?
The question was how frequently you plan to release gizmos.
Oh, that's a great question. I don't know, actually, to be honest. I think it really depends on the player community feedback and the reaction. If players feel that there are too many of them, that it's too much and too overwhelming to digest, and then we'll make it slower. If players' feedback is like, hey, we want more, it's really fun, we love it, please give us more, then we'll try to prioritize making more of them. So yeah, just waiting for player feedback. That's basically how I feel about this. Also, it also depends on Donghang's bandwidth. I think Donghang is the main guy now working on Gizmo. If Donghang has time, that's also helpful in terms of making more.
Yeah. So before the besides me, I would like to know whether you guys feel about the Gizmo. Will the Gizmo enhance the gameplays, or will the Gizmo is too complicated to digest to play? Also, very curiously, and want to know the idea from you guys.
I love gizmos. I think there is so much fun and such a just bringing life kind of back into the game. It makes it exciting, and it makes every game feel different, which is very enjoyable for playing this game long term for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. For me, I love gizmos because like it changes the game. So like if someone can be playing, I don't know, like a meta deck, but the gizmos really change the interactions in that game. So it's not like you're going through the same thing all the time like previously. Yeah, I love
Yep.
gizmos.
Yeah, it makes it way more strategic for sure.
Right.
Yeah.
Cool.
Well, I think that's all the questions on my side. Pass the mic on to Gishi and Moist from their community.
Moist, you trying to go first? This is you.
So do I like pick questions from the mini questions?
Yeah, you could.
Okay. One of the questions that stood out to me that I'm curious about was if casual mode and play would ever come back. But kind of for a little bit of a piggyback question, I'm curious to know what the decision was to take it out completely and just focus on ranked play. On
Great
top of
question.
that question.
Okay. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. So, that's a great question. There are several reasons behind that. The most important thing is still about the player's experience in that. Even though it's a really good way to try different decks, different strategies without too much pressure, but the number we are seeing that it's still a very small amount of players are playing, and the queue time sometimes can be really long depending on the different ranks. So and also because we are still a beta game, it really depends on also where you are playing. If you are very lucky that you are playing in a area where we have a lot of players overlapping in the same time zone, and your rank is also at a place where a lot of players at the same rank is trying to do the same thing, then you may have an okay matchmaking experience. Otherwise, it will take way too long to matchmake. And because the game is, we have different regions and we are still beta game, we don't have enough players. So some players experience it really bad and take a really long time. And some players want to play Rumble, but then for example, some players living in Asia, where we don't have many regions opened, then it's taking a really long time. So because of this, one of the reasons is to just like shut down one matchmaking pool and put all the players into a bigger matchmaking pool so that everyone's experience on the waiting time is much better. So that's one reason. The other reason,
Yeah,
I
fair enough.
actually play casual a lot myself. I found myself in a really kind of torn kind of position. Sometimes I want to play fun, just have fun. Sometimes I just want to try things. And I gave up very early. But sometimes my opponent play really, really hardcore. He really wants to win, even though it's a mode that both of us don't lose trophy. But I can tell that my opponent is trying hard, but I sometimes was just like trying things, and I feel the experience may not be good for the other side, and vice versa. Sometimes I want to really try my deck. I want to see the strengths of my deck, but see my opponent is like just not playing any mini or just putting range mini in the front, and just makes my experience really, really bad. So because it does not have any consequences, so players can play this mode with all kinds of incentives. And sometimes when the incentives is not aligned, the one side or both players' experience can be really, really bad. When one guy wants to play for win, the other guy is just trying new things, and then the experience is bad. So even though it sounds bad to take away things from players, but I think because in a ranked mode, everyone's incentive is more aligned. So in general, the experience is better. So that's what I believe. But I do think that these things will get better when we have better matchmaking, we have more players. So I think at least I personally think it's a good idea to turn off it at this point. But maybe in the future, if we go global, when we have more players, when we have better matchmaking, then I think we could potentially open it back.
I have another question just to bounce on Rumble. The amount of trophies you get in Rumble is a lot. There's a reason you guys brought back Rumble to ranked. Are you guys anticipating this high influx?
Yeah, Rumble, you get more trophies because the chance of winning is also lower, right? You have 8 players instead of 2, so that's one reason. The other reason is that a lot of players, Rumble and Duo are just like fundamentally different experience. One is more about like adapting and knowing the opponent and play uh, adaptively against one person, and the other one is more about like adapting to a lot of different things and waiting to be surprised and be flexible and about building a team that's like well-rounded enough that I can face whatever situation. So those are two different experiences and two strategies. So that's why we want to keep both for the ranked play. Yeah.
Back to you.
Okay, let me look for another one, unless Gishi has a question ready to go, so I don't feel like I'm on the spot.
Yeah, I got one from Negan. He asked for me to ask y'all, since last season was a 4-month season and then a little extended towards the end, and you guys said there was a big update coming. Since this season is 3 months, can we expect another big update, or maybe like a little bit smaller, but still in that same big category?
That's a fantastic question. I think no matter how long the dev time is, our goal is always to bring surprises to players in a good way, right? We don't want players to, or everyone who is playing Clash Me to feel that, oh, this game is the same. I played it last season, so I don't need to play this season. That's the experience. That's the feeling we don't want players to have. We want to build the expectation of every updates bring something really, really new and different and unexpected to players. So that's our goal. No matter if it's long, it means that that thing is very, very time consuming. If it's a shorter one, that just basically means that we are doing something that we feel it's at a scope that we can sustain, right? So even let's say in the future we make like a 1 month update or even 2 months update or even 1 day update, the content in it should be something that players did not expect and should be something good enough that can surprise players in a good way. So I think that's something we want to be able to do in the long run. That's one thing. So yeah, but that's at least that's my aspiration. I want to achieve as a designer. In terms of 3 months, 3 months is a good time because normally we need to wait for the last update to get some feedback from players and then improve the game based on the feedback, right? So if we just make a 1 month update, that means that by the time the game is almost done, we hear players, we hear feedback from about the current live game. Then the things we are doing might be actually making the game worse or even going against the feedback we are getting. So having 3 months is really good because we can start something earlier, anticipating some feedback coming, then got the feedback, then have still some time to react to the feedback and make the game better according to our professional game developer experience, also with the community feedback. So if we do it too short, then we don't have time to react to players. That's why we keep it to 3 months. 4 months, 5 months is bad because that just like keep the game not updating for too long. Then players are feeling bored afterward. So that's why we feel 3 months might be a really good time.
Especially we launched update 5, which is a really big update for the player, for the games, because we changed a lot of things. So we still we have to see the feedback from the player, from the community, from the professional player. So we should spend some time to see how we can improve our game based on the feedback. So it takes some time.
All right, and I do have a question now if we're ready for that. Okay. So from Frapped, the question was, are you planning to add more ways to get gems like from the free mini pass, especially because I know the gem ecosystem changed a lot with the new fun boxes being introduced.
That's a good and a controversial topic, and my answer might be also very controversial. So please get ready.
Oh,
I'm ready.
I personally do not want to have too many free gems in the game. Sorry about that. I think that's a very disappointing answer. The reason is that I think free gem actually hurts the game instead of helping the game. The reason is, if we have free gem, then for players we need to give players a lot of things to buy using the free gem, for example, skins and other stuff. However, if players play the game because they do not really, it's not because the fun or the enjoyment of the game, but it's because they can grind a resource in the game. I don't think that's the right incentive for a PvP game. So as a designer, I want players to stay in the game and play the game because they think the game is fun and the game is competitive, rather than because the game give them things they want to collect. And as a human being, we all want to collect stuff. We all want to gain assets. We all want to get richer, get stronger, get taller. That's our nature. We survived because we are the ones who love to get more stuff. But sometimes that incentive goes against a PvP game. I want players to play this game, at least personally as a designer, I want players to play a PvP game with the incentive of winning the other guy or showing off their skills or get enjoyment from the competitiveness. If we are making Clash of Clans, if we are making like Heyday, those kind of like a PvE or progression based game, I think giving free gem is totally fine. But I think as a PvP game, personally, I just wish players can focus almost everything. They play the game because they want competitiveness. They want to feel smart and strong. Maybe that's because my background, I spent like 8 years in Riot Games making League of Legends. Maybe that's my first job. Maybe that job influenced my design style too much. That because in League of Legends you basically unlock heroes. That's it, right? That's the only thing you do, because that's about the competitiveness and the learning more heroes more. So we do the same. We want you to unlock more heroes, more minis using gold. That's game mechanics, that's gameplay. That's totally fine. You play more, get more gameplay, get more game mechanics. That's totally fine. But we're not selling gameplay within gems. We're selling other things with gems. So I think that incentive is really awkward. So for now, the direction I think within the team is moving away from free gems, but giving players more things players can buy using gold. So basically, if you think about anything that's gameplay related, gold should do the job. We should not lock anything behind paywalls. Anything gameplay related, you can get it using gold in the long run. Not even in the long run. I think even not even need to grind too much. I think everything should be available as long as it's gameplay wise by gold. So that when you play the game, you play the game in the long run, it's about the gameplay, it's about competitiveness. And the gems in the future, I think it will be related to things that's not about competitiveness. And we will still give players something you can buy, but not using gem to buy. We just do something that's really good, then you get something directly. That's more on the cosmetic side. So if you think about gameplay, then it will be all about gold. If you think about cosmetic stuff, it will all be about like activities or achievements or challenges. So that's how we are thinking about the future economy. Yeah.
Yeah, that is not
fair
to
enough.
say that we kind of like want to drive like move away from like prestige and like rewarding people from like putting in the time of like showing themselves to be good at the game. I feel like everybody on the team like feels very strongly about like rewarding people's long-term skills and achievements in the game with things that they deserve and that they can show off. But yeah, there is also a place where like cosmetics are playing a huge role in like just monetization of the game, which is very common in any Supercell game. So and it is something that we kind of need to improve on and kind of like make a clearer split as well. And and that is something that is kind of crystallizing from this update to the next update and the next few updates. Yeah.
Cool. All right.
Draco,
Oh wait,
is it on you?
I asked all my questions. If we're all ready, we can straight to the audience question. Episode.
I got one more, if that's all right.
Right.
All right, so it's about the in-game shop, or as you called it, Draco. What was it? The box?
Deck box.
The deck box, whatever that is, whatever, you know, I call it the shop.
They
It's
called it
still
that
in-
on the support article.
They did?
Yeah.
Okay, my fault. It's still the shop to me. It's still the shop.
Go on about the deck box.
Yeah, so let's say I upgrade a mini, right? And I upgrade it again on accident. This is in the progression, the mini progression. Will you guys think about implementing a way of getting rid of stores or like refunding stores? And if not, how often are you guys gonna allow the mini reset? Or the what's it called? The season
exchange.
reset. Right? How
Star
often are you guys gonna the star exchange, my fault. How often are y'all gonna do that? If not, like can there be like an item or some way to get rid of stars?
I wonder though. I think the only reason to get rid of a star is because we want a pure deck, right? You want
Yes, sir.
less duplicates in your deck. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So sorry, I have to say another disappointing answer, but maybe this one is not as disappointing. So this is actually a sneak peek to the future plans. We're actually seriously thinking about removing the mini ability resets. So in the future, if you update something, it stays forever, and we never take it away from you, and you don't have the option. We'll give the players similar rewards by using some other ways instead of taking away players' mini abilities, so that once you upgrade something, it's permanent there. You don't even need to think about having less of them in your deck. I personally think it's a very strange incentive. The fun of Clash Mini is about collecting more minis, upgrading them, so that you have more choices in the game. You can face different enemies, solving different situations. But having a pure deck means that I just want to play one thing in a more extreme way. I don't want any other fat. But sometimes that's not that fun, because if players always get the things, if you always play the same deck all the time, then you lose the side of like adapting to different situations. That's why we are so keen on having Rumble and even have Rumble back in the Rumble, because we love the feeling of like being flexible and adaptive. So the next update, this is also looking to the future. Frame may kill me. The next update is like double down, triple down, all into adaptability and being flexible. If you think about the current need of being flexible is like 5. The next update will be 50 in terms of how much you have to be adaptable and flexible about playing Clash Mini. So that's about update 6. It's crazy. So that's how much we think being flexible, being adaptive is important to the gameplay of Clash Mini. So that's why in the future we are. So on update 6, we'll probably show more things later on when we have more footage and more concrete stuff to show you guys. But back to the mini stars, we are seriously considering removing it, because it does not really. It's confusing, right? Like if you are a new player, you play the game, you level up your minis, then you are told that hey, by the end of some time, this thing will be gone unless you don't want some really juicy rewards. Then to new players, it's really bad feeling that I want that rewards, but I don't want to lose my progressions. I don't want to replay the game again, right? That's one reason to remove it. The other reason is we have a lot of returning players, because Clash Mini is a very easy to play PvP game. That also means it's very easy to drop, because if you don't have all the PvE power and baggage with you, you can drop. You can also come back very easy. But with season reset, whenever player come back, they will always see a screen asking them to redeem their rewards. Most players will say, hey, let me redeem my rewards. They get the rewards. But then they almost forgot what was their deck. Because if they look at their collection, everything is empty. Players lose all the history of their previous season, previous experience with the game. That's why having stars there permanently, having progression there permanently, helps players come back and really just stop playing without any barrier. Also, as a veteran player myself, every time I reset, come back, I need to spend so much time upgrading everything back again, and it's not too hard to do that, and I just feel it's a waste of my time. That's the second reason. Most important,
Yeah.
sorry, the most important reason is that when we were making this system, our ambition was every season we are going to rework all the minis so that you can experience a totally brand new Clash mini every season. So it makes sense to reset all your minis and leveling up again, right? Because they are different. Every mini, every upgrade is different. But after we hit beta, we realized that we have almost absolutely no bandwidth to do that scale of seasonal change. So we end up doing very small changes every season, but then the reset does not make any sense because we cannot make the change that's needed to make this feature good. So now we realize that our capability, we realize how many things we can do within 3 months. So I think stopping the resets is probably a good decision. And also, if let's say we 10 times our developers, we have, let's say, 200 developers. Can we do that? Let's say every season we change all the minis, all their abilities. Maybe that's also not a good thing because for a lot of players, that's so many things to learn and so much burden, and it might also scare away players. So our current thinking is that just to make sure players can play the next season smoothly and effortlessly. So let's remove that. Yeah.
One thing that pained me so much when I was watching OJ's stream was just watching the returning player experience be like 20 plus minutes long. Like, okay, I came back, I need to do a star exchange. Now you're giving me those rewards, and then you're asking me to upgrade the minis again. But minis have changed, so which one do I upgrade? Then you go through rank rewards, you get those. Then you're introduced to like a bunch of new features, gizmos. Then there's shards. There's so much overwhelming stuff that like the star exchange and the rewards that you got, you kind of don't know how to use them anyway. Like it kind of like you kind of need to relearn the whole game first before you actually are able to play it again. And like by the time he was finishing his stream, he was actually kind of feeling comfortable of like playing the game like again smoothly. And we're talking about OJ. We're not talking about like a random like player that like doesn't know how to play games. We're talking about like somebody that has been playing this game for a while and took a break for a few months because he was busy with Brawl Stars and CR and other stuff. And that's okay. But yeah, it just like goes to show that like our current experience of the game for returning players is like pretty damn overwhelming. And so like just removing those blockers from certain places would be very beneficial. And yeah, I agree with Fan. There isn't much of a huge benefit of like just resetting like mini stars all the time and just like for the sake of like just doing so. Yeah.
I mean, I will say I am very interested in update 6, see what y'all doing. But at the same time, it does bring, doing that, what I said, brings another aspect competitively. Because then it separate like the good from the great. It'd be like, oh, I'm gonna bring this certain amount of minis in because I want this specific thing. That's the way I'm looking at it. But I do want to see what y'all working on. Hopefully, the time goes by pretty fast.
Yeah, and I don't know if you guys were planning on opening the questions up to the audience, but I had a quick question to squeeze in before we did that, if that's all right.
Go for it.
All right, I just saw this, and it caught my eye. And you were talking earlier about Rumbles, with how they are a kind of a high risk, high reward game mode. Kind because it's hard to win, so you get rewarded for that if you do. Are there plans on maybe putting in more higher risk, higher reward type of game modes, like perhaps a Mega Rumble where it's 16 players or something, and
Oh
it's
my
just double the
goodness.
rewards? Because that could be fun.
Yeah, that's a great idea. We could, if the technology supports. I personally think a 16-player Rumble might not be fun, but a 16-player game mode might be really fun. But maybe it's not Rumble. A lot of the rules needs to change to make that game mode fun. So I think in the future we'll definitely do a game mode that's a different player size. Maybe it's 4 players,
Ooh.
maybe 8 players, maybe it's 11 players, maybe 8 players, 10 players, I don't know. But I do think that having more players playing together with even less chance of winning but even bigger rewards is going to be very exciting. I personally would like to play. Well, for example, like PUBG, right? If you think about PUBG, you have 100 players and there's only one player winning in the end. That by itself is just exciting and fun. So that's definitely something we are exploring. But the only thing I will say that will not be using the Rumble format, because Rumble format is probably designed for 8 players. If we do that, we'll probably come up with some brand new gameplay that actually makes the 100 player competing together make sense. Yeah, but that's a great idea.
Yeah,
love it.
I love that. Yeah.
Oh, ready to talk to you. Let's now. You guys ready?
Agreed. Let's just because we have been 10 to 15 minutes late, so we can extend the state channel for that amount of time as well, so we can kind of have a clean an hour long recording as well.
Sounds
20
good.
minutes? 5 minutes?
Yeah, 15 or so, 15 or 20. Yeah.
Alright. So I'll open up the questions, but just a reminder of everyone that it's 1 question at a time. So, don't come with 2 questions. Pick your favorite question. Yeah, let's start. I guess I'll go first, then Moist. Like that.
Sounds good.
Cool. Well, I will start with Dude at the top.
You
Dude.
guys already know how you do today. How you doing?
Ooh.
Yes,
I'm
dude.
first here, my boy. How you doing, Moisty?
Spoof.
How you doing, Gizzy?
Hey, Spoof. It's good to hear your voice.
Good to see y'all. Hey, okay, so my first question, okay?
Your only question.
So, Battle Healer, right? I love the skins y'all have been doing, right? The new skins have been phenomenal. My main question is going to be on the fun boxes and the return, because we're spending 80 gems per fun box. Can we get some kind of better reward if we're getting duplicates? Because I'm not gonna lie, man, getting 25 like crystal coin skin, like getting that many skins off that payoff is kind of crazy. I just feel like that the whole kind of loot box thing in general should be completely reworked. I don't know, man. But anyways, hey, y'all been doing great though. Balancing is great. Love the hero progression. Love everything about it. Love you, Moist.
I love
Yes.
you too, Spoof.
I agree with you. I think the whole gacha system, even though I think when we did it, we want it to be a good experience. If you think about the drop rate of the Queentron, is actually 2%. Compared to any other game I played that has gacha, this is the highest drop rate. And you also see a lot of people online that get like this very easily. But you also see players who don't get this for like a really, really long time. So before we even did do this, one of our another colleague was telling me that, hey fan, you should not do this, because even though the chance is high, but the extreme cases can be really, really bad. When the extremely good case happens, players are happy, of course, but you should also consider the players who is having the worst experience, who never get this, because you will have a chance that some player will never get this. At that time, I was like, yeah, that makes sense, but we want to simulate the feeling of actually having a real blind box in the current world we are living in. When you go buy a blind box, you have a chance of getting this or getting that. So I think it's physical, right? It feels more real to our world. So I think that might be a better decision. So in the end, we didn't take that advice. But after we actually launched this, we see the players' reaction. We actually see a lot of players who, for example, OJ, right? He got 2 in the first 10 opens. Yeah, good for him. But we also see players who open like 100 boxes and never got one, even though that the chance of that is much lower than what we expected. But that's a terrible experiences. So I learned the lesson in the hard way that something feels similar to our world, something feels more real in our world, and not be a really good experience in a digital game. And that's really naive. That was really naive of me, and I think I made a huge mistake. So back to Spoop. Yes, we should do some changes to the box system to make it more friendly. However, it's also tricky because a lot of players have already spent a lot of gems on this. A lot of players have already did a lot of things on it. So we want to do this in a way that do not make it a better experience without making players who has spent feel too bad. So that's the feeling we have. Yeah. So you'll probably see some updates and some new news about changing the system in the future. Yeah, totally.
Thank you very much, fam, for answering my question. Y'all are killing it right now inside the stage channel. Love you, Moist. Love you, Gishy. Love you, Frame. Love you all. Draco, best mod. I'm out. See you guys.
Yeah, dude.
Let us Spoop take care.
Bye, Spoop.
Oh, Moist Potato.
Ooh, I get to pick someone? Ooh, okay. Let's see. Man, I mean, I was gonna pick my guy, You're Phased. He had his hand up, my co-host, but he dipped out.
He's
I don't
still
see him anymore.
Really? I see him. His hand is up.
He is?
there.
Yeah.
Oh, that, I see him. I see him in the corner there. Okay, bring him up. You're Phased.
Got an invite. Hey, we're in the pod class.
Hey, what's
going on?
It's a podcast.
Pod Clash Extended Universe.
Extended cut.
Exactly. Hey, what's going on? So I had a question about actually the Royal Champion. So this recent update, so everyone's got a bit of a buff, right? But her in particular, she had this move where she throws a spear at the beginning of the match, similar to the Spear Goblin. But she not only throws a spear that does a significant amount of damage, but it cuts through everyone in the line. And I myself have played against it a few times, and I've seen how much devastation it can do. And I was wondering if that's going to be something that's going to end up staying in the game, because hitting the first person and dealing a lot of damage is one thing, but you can have a full game where you only have like 4 or 5 minis, and if you put everyone in a straight line, you're just bummed as all you can tell. So I was just wondering if that's something that's going to be staying, or if you guys are like, wow, that looks a little OP. Maybe we need to change that up at all.
Oh God, they should make it kill the whole lane.
No, please no.
If you're dumb enough to put it in the lane, what the heck's wrong with you? Just throw them all out.
I think you can change your position, but also you can use the Monk to counter her ability. I think currently the RC third skill is not powerful, not OP in my perspective.
Okay.
Still, I can figure out lots of data that RC is not as strong as you guys' imagination. Because the Monk is also dominating right now. So there's no doubt Monk can counter the RCs in lots of ways. But I also figure out that when RCs face the Skeleton King and also Waymaster, even though face the Barbarian Kings, RC is not dominating. But I agree that RC is good to use, especially we have the Gizmo right now, because you can see the Gizmo and you can use his ability to hit the Gizmo directly with other Clash ability. So I think RC is good to use now, but not OP. But if you hate RC, please use some skill to change your position. And also, if you hate him at all, and you also want to make all your units in the same lane, use the Monk to counter her.
All right, sounds good. I'm not imaginative. I'm not imaginative enough, is what it sounds like.
It sounds like RC needs a buff.
No.
That's exactly what I heard.
Shut up,
Buff
Misty.
RC.
Don't you dare. Don't you dare. Thank you, guys.
All right.
I'm becoming on your face.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right.
Gishi.
All right. I'm gonna go with Daniel.
Daniel.
Little angel right there. You see the little angel?
Yeah.
There we go.
Hey, can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
What's up,
Hey,
Daniel?
Daniel.
How's it going?
Going
So
great.
I was just wondering if you think you're on the right track for global, and has it been to your expectations when you're like developing the game? I guess it's for like fan like, stream.
I can definitely so cool. It's a I think we are on a good path.
Let's
the the metrics we are seeing, the community feedback we are getting, we see a lot of uplift in almost like every front. So that's really good. Also, the most important thing is that the team itself is feeling much better about the game, about the team. We have almost like everyone in the team plays the game actively, and we do like internal tournaments. And also like everyone's talking about the game in our launches. We also have our other people from who is not game developer, our HR, our IT guy was playing the game. So you see some people who never play any other game, but they were like, hey, I want to play Clash Me, it's really fun. It just surprised me because I always felt they were too casual, to be honest, but they just had a lot of fun. One day, our IT guy was like, hey, I just have 100 trophies, just started. The next day, he's like, I have 500 trophies. I was like, oh my god, you get 400 trophies in one day. He's like, yeah, the game is fun. I never play other games, but I love your game. So we see a lot of vibes like this. So I'm very confident that we are definitely improving the game. Also, thanks to all the players or the community, that we got so much inspiration and courage from you guys. If you guys didn't give us all the courage, we probably cannot last until today. So that's really good. We also have some challenges. For Supercell, the most important thing is actually not about money. It's actually about how massive can the game be, which we have pretty good faith, because when we first launched Clash Mini, we got a lot of new players, a lot of coverage, so that's good. But our biggest challenge is still retention. So players, at least we saw from update 1, 2, 3, 4. We haven't seen update 5 results, but at least for the first 4 updates, players in the end found the game a little bit boring, that they don't have incentive to play for longer than 1 month or 2 months. And that's really concerning to me as a designer, because I don't want to just make a game that lasts for 1 month. I want to make a game that can last 10 years. I want to make a game that's better than Clash of Clans. I want to make a game that's better than Clash Royale. I want to make a new genre. That's what I think we should be doing here in Supercell. We should do the best thing. We should create something that players have never seen before, that players want to be part of it. Players want this game to be part of their life for 10 years. That's my ambition level. So if that's our ambition level, I think Clash Mini is still lagging behind some key features. The first one is events and game modes. So if you look at Clash Mini, just like we dump everything day one, then play for 3 months. But that's not the best way to engage with players, because if you give too many things in the beginning, players don't have time to digest, and we also lose the long tail, right? We also don't have game modes. You just have Rumble and the Duo, but the experience of Rumble and Duo is actually similar, even though I said Rumble is more about adapting, but the general game is still the same, right? But what if Clash Mini should be able to create brand new experience to players? We haven't achieved that. So that's another thing. So that's the also social. If you think about playing a game for 10 years, you want the game to be part of your life that you are proud of. You probably want to be a really positive community as a lifestyle. But the in-game social feature is really bad. We don't have friends. You cannot add a player you like who just like had a really good game with you, you cannot even add them as a friend. That's really bad. We need to have better social feature. To be honest, the raid boss system is not good. The raid boss has way much better potential that we haven't really developed, right? I think it has great potential, but we haven't done a really good job. So on the whole social front, we are definitely not doing the best job as we can. So that's something we need to improve. The last thing I personally want to do is esports. I think Clash Mini is a fantastic candidate. It's so much fun to watch, so exciting. When I was watching Moist Potato and School playing, I was impressed. I almost forgot to breathe. I was so excited. I was thought that I'm a human being and I need to breathe air to survive. That's how exciting I got. I want to bring the same kind of excitement to a bigger audience. I want the highest level of. I also watched Gishi play with other top players. It was so exciting. I want high level competitive experience to all players because our competitiveness is really fun to watch. It's also very accessible. Everyone can be as competitive as any other guys. It's not a game that you require 200 APM or really good flexes, right? It's all about being smart. So that should be available to a lot of players who are smart. I think human beings are generally very smart, right? So I think this game has great esports potential and it's available. It's very accessible to almost everyone. It could be really, really big. But the esports, if you look at the game, it's almost absolutely zero. It's almost like a negative. We don't have replay. We don't have observe. We don't have organized play. We don't have tournaments. We don't have events. There's so much things behind. If we just go global now, maybe on the number side, we can get okay-ish number. That super result is not super shame of. But I think that's shameful to ourselves and to players that we haven't unleashed the full potential of Clash Mini. At least figuring those basic things out, right? Does the game esports really fun? We have to prove that, right? So even though everything's improving, but our ambition is really, really high, and I think Clash Mini is has such great potential. I don't want to rush it. I really want us to really know Clash Mini a little bit more before we make that big decision. So Clash Mini is a game that our team made, but I think the moment we release to beta, it's not something we actually know as we thought we would. It's a new thing. It's a life. It's a living thing. It's like a creature. It's like a friend. I don't think I know him enough. I don't think or him or she enough, eat enough or whatever. I don't know how I say it. I don't know Clash Mini. I think the potential of Clash Mini might be 10 times than what I or 100 times than what I expected. So before we rush that decision, I want to play a little safe, improving the game, develop more things, understand more, also get more feedback from you guys, and make the game better with you guys before we do that. But just to let you guys know, everything is moving really, really good. We are on a super positive trend.
That's
You know,
great to hear.
You're making me cry right here, fam. I can feel the passion you have for the game.
Yeah, me too.
Tears of joy. Tears
I
of
love
joy.
it. Yeah.
Big smile on my face.
Dude, yeah.
Yeah, thank the team and everyone for making this amazing game, and wish you guys the best of luck in the future.
Thanks for coming on, Daniel.
All love back, Daniel.
Yeah. Great question.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh, Frame, how much time have we got in our hands?
Yeah, I think like we can have time for one more. I think.
You know, I'll throw two people in. I'll throw Abdude and Flacker.
There we go.
Yeah.
Wrapping up with creators.
All right.
Yeah, yeah.
Yo, what's up, man?
Hey,
How y'all doing, man?
Oh my goodness.
Hey,
Mega
Michael.
collab. What is happening?
Alright. Abdul, you want to go first or?
Okay, I'll go first. I still don't I'm still surprised no one asked about this. So with the new update, we went from hero levels 10 to 15. Let's say next year we went global and we have like level 25 heroes. Wouldn't the minis be too underpowered at high level? So like you have two options. You either buff the minis when you increase the hero level, but that will also make minis OP at level 1 and level 2 heroes and stuff like this. Or you leave the mini the way they are, and the more we increase the hero level cap, the more the game feels hero oriented, and the minis are like just little sprinkles around. So like what's the plan on this?
I think the power of a hero should not increase from now. I think now we're at a pretty good sweet spot. that the balance between heroes and minis, right? The heroes do feel powerful, but not too powerful that you can ignore all the minis. The hero starts with level 1, they still feel like still slightly powerful than the minis basic, but they don't feel weaker than a mini, right? So I think we got right that from level 1 experience to level 15 that you see your hero growing and getting more powerful, but not destroying the whole balance of the relationship between mini and hero. I think that's what we did really well. So I personally don't like adding powers into the game. I don't think adding power in PvP game is a good idea, because at the end of the, if I'm level 20 with 5 more HP, then you need to have 5 more HP to be, for both of us to have a good experience playing against each other, right? So you spending 200 bucks to get to level 20, I spend 200, but we are still having the same game to play. So if I have time to design something, I want to focus my time designing something that's more about gameplay rather than power. So I want to, sorry, I shouldn't be promising anything to players too early, but I just want to say that as long as I'm part of Clash Mini team, I will not allow more power add into hero for players just to get more stronger for the sake of getting stronger. There might be more power, but it should always be within the about the gameplay. For example, gizmos, right? Gizmos are powerful, but they are more about the new gameplay, and they are more about like having something that both players can access, rather than just have something that becomes stronger for the sake of being stronger. So that's one thing. The other thing is the, how to say this feeling. The minis we have 1 star, 2 stars, 3 stars. I personally wish minis may have more 4 stars, even though I haven't discussed this with Donghang yet, but I would like to have 4 star, because if we have the 4 star, some of the 4 cost minis can actually have the potential to be as good as a level 15 hero that players may have different strategies, right? I can actually make my hero a support instead of have always my hero to carry. So that actually bring another level of strategy gameplay to the game that we have never experienced before. So because previously heroes are always the main actor, and all the other guys are just like supporting the hero to shine. But what if the hero is a support that allow other people to shine? That's a totally new way of playing Clash Mini. I want to at least think about that. So that also required us to refrain ourselves from adding more power to the hero. Yeah, that's my thinking to your question. Donghang, do you have anything to add?
Currently, I think hero and the mini is quite balanced. To be honest, if your hero levels under 10, there's no doubt mini is more powerful. To be honest, especially the mini has 2 star or 3 stars. So I think mini and the hero is quite balanced right now. But I also really agree with fans that we don't want to enhance the power of the hero and want to make this game be viable. You can not only use hero to carry the game, but also use mini to carry a game. I think currently the Sona can reach this goal, especially the special mini come from the Sona. And I also agree that 4 stars minis has a lot of potential. It will change a lot of things. I would like to dig out how to reach this goal. If we have enough time to enhance our gameplay to make these games more viable. But I also agree that making the balance between the hero and the minis is quite important. That's all.
Flacco.
Yeah. That's my question.
Yeah.
All right. So my question is, plans, because there is raid bosses, but I feel like I don't know. It's just something gets stale, and I feel like people just use it to do like challenges and everything. So I was thinking like if you guys are planning to rework it or just add like new raid bosses or something like
Sorry, is your question that the raid boss system is a little bit boring?
Yeah, like it's kind of gets like stale just fighting the same boss. You guys thinking like adding new bosses or like reworking the whole system?
Sorry, another disappointing answer is that we are not doing that. But we know we agree with you that it's not good designed. The reason that we are not doing that is because we are purely focusing our all development efforts into making the PvP side of the game more fun. So I think once update 6 drops, you guys will realize how much gameplay will change on the PvP side. We are still a very small team. If we spend our time on PvP, then we don't have time to spend on raid boss. If we do spend time on raid boss, we don't have time to spend on PvP. Personally, I would choose PvP over PvE if possible, unless the PvE has crazy good potential. But for now, we see a huge potential in PvP that the current PvP upgrade we are working on will make the game totally different. So we felt that's better use of our time. So that's why we are not working on the raid boss for now. But we are doing small changes to make the experience more smooth and slightly better as within the time we have. So but if we want to go global, I think we will probably fix the raid boss before we go global. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was my question. Well, thank you for having me here, man. It's a bless, man. Enjoy your rest of y'all day. Shout out to all the Clash Media community. Shout out to everybody, man. Y'all doing an amazing job on this game.
Thank you guys for coming
Thank you
out.
so much for everyone.
Yes, you Flacco. Dude.
Flacco.
All right, see you guys.
Yeah, like that.
See
Let
ya.
my boy-
Well, yeah, thank you so much, everyone, for coming. This was awesome conversation. There is going to be a video coming out later of the recording for those that have missed it. And big thanks for everybody joining and everybody organizing this. I know it's not the end of the month as usual for the state channel to come out, but I felt like it would be worth it to give it some more weeks during the update 5 so we can talk about the new content. Thank you so much everyone for coming, and I think that's gonna wrap it up for this state channel for now.